Helium, ticker code HNT, is today's cryptocurrency I'll be reviewing. So I'll be comparing it to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course USDT, and having a look at if I think this is a good cryptocurrency to be investing in for the long position. This video is not financial, trading, or investment advice in any way, shape, or form. This is purely for entertainment and for educational purposes only. Always remember that forecasting in any sector is incredibly difficult, but the financial sector is by far and away the most difficult to forecast. My analysis is based off Gann and Wyckoff methodologies. If you're a fan of altcoin reviews in an honest format, then you've come to the right place, and every week I cover the market update. Lastly, it's not about being right or wrong that matters. It's about what you do when you're right or wrong that matters most. All right, let's get to today's crypto. So if you remember one of my market update videos, I talked about Helium being one of the more weaker cryptocurrencies to be careful of, because a lot of cryptos actually put in a low in May, June, or July. Mid-May, June, or July. In Helium's case, it actually put in a low in the 12th of May. That's this bar right here, and ultimately came crashing right through it. Again, a lot of cryptocurrencies have not had to dip this low and have not had to break their significant supports from that May, June, July period. Helium did. It actually clean cut right through it, as you can see right here on the 26th of August. Now, in any asset class, there's always a time when the price is right and the whales come in to support the market and they think it's a very good buy. We don't know what price that will be, but it can start to show up on a chart and you start to see some good support coming into the market. That's what it looks like it's happening with Helium at the moment. Now, again, this is against this USDT chart. So you can see at the moment, like I said, broke through its May support, came crashing down, but finally some really, really high volume came in on the 7th of September to really push the price up. And it didn't have to test the low from the 6th of September. So there's your bar on the 6th of September. And then you had a breakout and we had the lows put in, but still a nice good buffer away from it. We are currently bouncing away from our 50%. So that comes in at $4.55. And we're bang on, almost on the point on the 50%, on that yellow golden line perfectly right now. What don't we want to see? Well, the good thing about Helium is that it's already crashed so much that your risk to reward ratio is actually pretty good. So we can have a stop loss right underneath some of these key areas of support. We don't want to see it breaking these key areas of support because that means we're going to continue to go lower and we'll probably break $3. But for now, support will coming at the market at that $3.88 mark. That would be right here. But for now, support does hold and that would come in at around that $3.90. Which would be these two bars on the 15th and 16th of September. These are significant areas of support because you can see this is where the low volume started to indicate that the selling was done. We need to get some more heavy selling on the 18th of September, and this would mark another area of support. So those are your two areas of support, that coming in at $3.90 and the other one coming in at roughly $3.70. And then the low, of course, coming in at around that almost $3.14 mark. That would be this low here on the 6th of September. So hopefully we bounce off our 50%. Coming in at $4.55. I've drawn a trend from the top swing here and the other top swing, the nearest top swing there. And you can see we sort of did a bit of a fake out. You can see the price sort of went up, came down, closed mid on the bar on high volume. Not the best look, so we'll see how we go. But at the moment, respect the trend. And right now we are on a 50%. This is what the beauty is that you can have a very tight stop loss if you're trading this crypto and say, okay, I'm going to really just, keep a very tight stop loss because it's the bear market. I don't want this thing going against me too much. And you can put your stop loss right underneath at that $4.35 call it mark there, which would be this bar here, just the previous day. We still have another 10 hours and 30 minutes left of the day, so we'll see how this one plays out. But at the moment, finally, it looks like Helium is getting some support in the market, and hopefully we can start making our way higher. Key areas to have a look for, of course, is resistance right at the trend, which would come in at $4.92. That would be right here at that orange line. That will be a significant area of resistance. Hopefully we can actually close above it. So this is what I mean. You can sometimes get these fake outs where you say, oh, we broke trend, then close underneath the trend, and now you're waiting for it to break the trend once again. So hopefully we break the trend. Of course, next area of resistance would definitely be these tops here at around that $5.46 mark. That would be this bar here and these bars here. And then of course, the big one coming at $5.97 mark before we start really going up if we can possibly. It is the bear market, so do have your expectations in check and be realistic with your assumptions because you're not going to get massive X's. And this isn't a crypto I'd be holding for the long term, to be honest, because it has broken down quite heavily. But that's not to say it can't give you good trading opportunities if you have really good risk management and position sizing. Let's have a look at Helium and how it stacks up against Ethereum to see its relative strength. So here we are on CoinCodex. It's been a little while since I showed this, but this is a fantastic way to actually scoop out some really good cryptocurrencies and know when it's probably time to start going long in some position. We use a benchmark method. In any sort of forecasting or any sort of modeling, you want a benchmark. You want to say, okay, if my crypto is not as good as whatever it will be, I am not going to invest. And that's the way I invest personally. So I need to see that something's outperforming Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever is stronger at the moment. At the moment, Bitcoin is stronger than Ethereum, but for the sake of this section in the video, we'll look at Ethereum. And you can see a lot of altcoins are actually outperforming Ethereum, and that's because Ethereum's taken such a hit. So theoretically, even though we still are in a bearish period, right now, these are some alts to look into. And you would want to look at the ones that are outperforming ETH consistently. It's not to say they will always outperform ETH, but if they're outperforming ETH consistently, the probability is that it will continue to outperform ETH for the next little while. What that term may be, we don't know. Hence, your risk management and your stop losses come into play at that point. But let's have a look at Helium, and you can see this is ranked number 70 according to CoinCodex, and you can see it's outperforming Ethereum in the 24-hour mark and the 7-day mark. Particularly the 7-day mark, it's actually outperforming Ethereum by a whopping 23%, which is quite good. But you can see in the longer time frames, and this is why I say be careful holding your alts for long term, because even though Ethereum's taken a hit, long term it still outperforms the majority of alts, as you can see in CoinCodex. So it's a thumbs up in terms of a short-term trading opportunity potentially against its ETH value. Let's have a look at its value against BTC to have a closer look, since BTC is outperforming Ethereum at the moment. So here we have Helium against its BTC value. Be careful with alts, guys, because again, compared to ETH and Bitcoin, these things can actually, dip quite heavily. I am quite surprised that this chart is actually holding up. This is one of the more better alts against its BTC value. We're not having to test very, very low levels like some of these levels here. So that's a bit of a thumbs up here. Again, still an overall downtrend. You can see putting in the top in early Jan before coming down, crashing hard. But like I said, much like its USDT, some support is coming into the market. There's your breakout bar on the 7th of September against this BTC value. There's your support right there, coming in at 0.000160 of a Bitcoin or a Satoshi. But again, breakout did come. We do test it, but we don't test the breakout bar, which is really, really important that we do not test the breakout bar for its breakout to stand valid. We do get a very low selling day. This is a very, very good bar, actually, because you can see on the 18th of September, low day, below average volume in terms of a red day, closes mid on the bar. This is a very, very good way to analyze in the bar that there is no supply of Helium for the time being. Again, this is short-term trading opportunities. Then you start to make your way up on higher volume. We are getting a down day, so we have to see where this lands on the 10-hour and 25 minutes left of the day. So that would be here on your right-hand side, and then we'll see what happens. We want one of two things. Either hopefully, it doesn't look like it, but hopefully a low selling day, which again, it doesn't look like it, or we make our way up and actually start closing up. So hopefully in the next 10 hours, we get a bit of a higher close, or if we can, a green one at the top, indicating its strength and demand for Helium. I've drawn a trend from the top to the bottom, and you can see, much like its USD, did poke its head above it, faking out, did close above it, but broke through. And this is why your risk management comes into play. Even though sometimes we break trend, sometimes it can break trend again on the opposite direction and do a reversal. Just something your model can't really predict, really. It's just one of the consequences of trading that you have to accept, and accept the risks going into it. Hence, have a good risk management, have good position sizing. That's what really separates the boys from the men in trading. That's going to do it for this crypto update. This is a crypto that so far is holding up okay. Very, very good risk management needs to be taken during these times, especially as we start to approach the end of September, where volatility will pick up. But I showed you the CoinCodex chart. You're seeing a lot of altcoins outperform Ethereum and outperform Bitcoin. Hence, these coins are getting some support and start to get ready for a bit of a mini rally once again. However, again, risk management is in place. But if you have any feedback for me, leave it in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Helium. But until then, everyone, I will catch you on the next altcoin review.